Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your body just isn't yours anymore? Your arms and legs feel stiff. Your mind is foggy, and the whole day ahead suddenly feels like a challenge. It's not because you're lazy, it's because your body just isn't listening the way it used to. I've heard this from hundreds of patients, and you know what? Almost all of them said the same thing. I guess this is just old age. I have to live with it. But the truth is, you don't have to live with it. And you definitely don't have to slow down just because of your age. I'm a 50-year-old doctor, and I've been working with older adults for over 2 decades. And there's one thing I really want to tell you today. Aging doesn't begin at a certain number. It begins when we stop doing the little things that keep us feeling alive every morning. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 simple morning habits. They're easy, cost nothing, and you don't need any medication or miracle cure. But they can help you feel younger, sharper, and more alive from the inside out. And I'm saying this not just as a doctor, but as someone who's seen it with my own eyes. People in their 80s or even 90s regain their flexibility, memory, and joy, all because they changed the way they start their mornings. So if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, and you want to live healthier, be more active, and feel more fulfilled, watch this video until the end. And if you find it helpful, share it with someone you love, and hit subscribe, because I'll be back every week with tips just like this. You deserve to live well. Live joyfully, and it all begins tomorrow morning. Ready? Let's get started. Morning habit 1. Get early morning sunlight. Reset your body's natural clock. You know what? There's something invisible but more powerful than any pill. And every morning, it's right outside your door. But most people completely ignore it. It's early morning natural light. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up, still feeling groggy. You make yourself a cup of coffee, turn on the morning news, and sit down inside the house. Sounds pretty normal, right? But you've just missed a golden opportunity. A biological key that could unlock a chain of benefits for your body, from hormones, sleep, and mood, to your immune system. That key, morning sunlight within the first 30 minutes after you wake up. I remember a patient of mine, Robert, 78 years old. He told me he was sleeping poorly, forgetful, and constantly tired for no clear reason. He'd tried melatonin, sleeping pills, dieting, exercising in the afternoon. Nothing really helped. Until I asked him, "Robert, do you go outside in the morning?" He laughed. "Doctor, I walk every day. I go to the park every afternoon for 45 minutes. And that was the problem. Morning light and afternoon light aren't the same. Especially after age 50, your body doesn't just need light. It needs light at the right time. Morning sunlight is the single most important biological signal to reset your body's circadian rhythm. Your internal clock. Why does that matter? Because your circadian rhythm controls everything inside you. When your hormones are released, your sleep-wake cycle, hunger and digestion, cell repair, mood and daily energy. And after 50, that rhythm starts drifting unless you help reset it every morning. Stanford research shows just 10 to 15 minutes of natural morning light can increase serotonin, your happy hormone, by up to 42%. This boosts mood, memory, sleep, and even reduces depression in older adults. On the flip side, the University of Colorado found that skipping morning light for just a few days can increase the risk of depression by 69%, disrupt sleep, increase inflammation, and add belly fat, which many people mistake for natural aging. Have you ever noticed how on days you wake up early and step outside, even just to water the plants, go to the market, or sit on your porch, you suddenly feel clearer, calmer, That's not just in your head. That's your biology responding. So how do you actually start this habit? It's simple. Just remember 3 things. Timing. Within 30 minutes after you wake up, step outside porch, backyard, balcony anywhere. Duration. At least 10 minutes. Ideally 15. You don't have to do anything, just let the light hit your eyes. No sunglasses or glasses if you can. The light needs to reach special cells in your eyes. Melanopsin receptors that send signals to the part of your brain that controls your body clock. The hypothalamus. Note. Even if it's cloudy, it still works. If you live somewhere with low light, you can use a light therapy lamp, but natural sunlight is always best. And I want you to really understand this. Getting morning light isn't just about feeling good. It's a free biological therapy, a reset button. You can give yourself every morning. I had another patient, Margaret, 84 years old, after losing her husband. She struggled with mild depression and rarely left her room. We started small, just 5 minutes on the porch each morning, then 7 minutes. Then she started bringing a chair out to read in the morning sun. After 2 weeks, she told me, "Doctor, my mind feels clearer. I can smile again." See? No pill can replace sunlight, especially when it's paired with presence, awareness, and gratitude for a new day. So if you ask me, "Doctor, where should I begin to feel better?" I won't tell you to hit the gym or buy supplements. I'll say, step outside tomorrow morning. Let the light hit your eye. Let it wake you up from the inside out. Because aging doesn't begin with gray hair or a sore back. It begins when we stop connecting with nature, with light, with life itself. And morning is the best time to reconnect. Are you willing to try this tomorrow? If you can, write down how you feel after 7 days. Notice your mood, your sleep, your energy. Many people are shocked after just a week. Wow, I'm not as old as I thought I was. If this helped you, please share it with your loved ones, especially your parents or grandparents. Because sometimes what they need isn't advice, but just a gentle reminder. Open the window, step outside, and look up. Morning habit 2. Drink a glass of warm water with sea salt right after waking up. Reboot your body at the cellular level. Did you know, when you wake up in the morning, your body is actually in a state of dehydration? Nobody tells you this when you're young, because your body can still bounce back easily. But after 50, your ability to self-regulate starts to fade. And this overnight dehydration can become the silent root of many problems. That dull headache right after waking up, stiff joints especially in the knees, wrists, or neck, dizziness, fatigue, brain fog, poor focus, and even worse, that mental haze that lingers until noon. Have you ever felt any of that? If yes, that's your body telling you, "I'm thirsty on the inside." I had a patient, Eleanor, 82 years old, living alone in Oregon. For years, she'd wake up with headaches. She went to countless doctors, got MRIs, checked her blood pressure, tried different painkillers, but no one found the real reason until I asked a simple question. "Eleanor, what's the first thing you drink in the morning?" She said, "Coffee. Sometimes 2 cups. We made just one small change before coffee. She had to drink 500 ml of warm water with a pinch of pure sea salt. After 1 week, no more headaches. After 2 weeks, she told me, "I never thought just 1 glass of water could make such a difference." This isn't a miracle. This is basic physiology. Each night, while you sleep, your body loses about 1 liter of water through breathing and light sweating. But then you wake up and what do most people do? Drink coffee, or tea, or nothing at all. Even worse, caffeine is a diuretic. It makes you lose more water. And when that happens, your cells are like an engine running dry. They need hydration too, balance electrolytes, flush toxins, keep joints lubricated, keep your brain clear and focused. But instead, you're starting your day in a drought. A study from Johns Hopkins found that just 1–2% dehydration can lower brain function by up to 27% and increase inflammation by 31% in adults over 65, which means just by not drinking water the right way in the morning, you're starting your day with a sluggish brain, tired organs, and poor circulation. Now you might ask, why sea salts? Because pure water isn't enough. When you lose water, you also lose electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, a pinch of natural sea salt. Not regular table salt contains these minerals, and it helps your body absorb water more efficiently through a process called osmotic balance. If you've ever had water in the morning and still felt dizzy or tired, it could be because the water had no minerals. So, how should you do this the right way? Here's what I tell my patients. The night before, prepare a 500 ml glass of warm water and place it next to your bed. Add a small pinch of sea salt or a few drops of fresh lemon juice if you prefer. In the morning, drink it right after waking up before brushing your teeth, eating, or drinking anything else. No ice, no cold water, no sugar, no flavors, just warm, mineral-rich water the way your body truly needs it. One of my patients once told me, "That morning glass of water is how I say thank you to my body." And honestly, I love that, because yes, every cell, every joint, every drop of blood in you is just waiting to be gently awakened by this ritual. Don't wait until you're dizzy or aching to drink water. Start your morning as if you're tending to a dry garden. And with the right water, you'll see everything come back to life. Your skin, your focus, your energy. If you've never tried this habit, give it just 7 days. Write down how you feel. Notice the changes. You'll feel more alert, faster, less dry mouth, less morning headache, less joint pain, more steady energy before lunch, clearer skin, better digestion. And if you're caring for your parents or older loved ones, please share this with them, because sometimes health doesn't begin with a pill. It begins with a warm glass of water filled with care and understanding. Are you ready to try this tomorrow morning? It takes just 30 seconds, but it could change your whole day. And if you keep doing it long enough, it just might change your whole life after 50s. If you found this helpful, please share this video and subscribe so you don't miss Habit 3, the 7-minute movement flow to stay flexible and pain-free after 60. Morning Habit 3, a gentle 7-minute movement routine. Relieve pain, regain flexibility. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up and felt like your body was as stiff as a board? Your back aches, knees feel locked, your shoulders feel heavy. You're not as flexible as you used to be. You slowly roll off the bed, grabbing a chair for support, and every step feels like you're walking with weights tied to your legs. Then you sigh and say, "Maybe I'm just getting old." But I'm here to tell you, no, this isn't just aging. This is your body not being gently awakened the right way. I once had a patient named Thomas, 85 years old. He used to be very active in his younger days: tennis, hiking, road trips. But in recent years, he needed a walker just to move around in the morning. Why? Because every morning, he'd force himself to stretch hard, bend deep, doing the same exercises he learned back when he was 50. But an 85-year-old body isn't a 50-year-old body. His muscles were dehydrated. His joints were dry. His tendons were stiff. So every intense move right after sleep felt like trying to bend a dry piece of wood. So I taught him a different routine. No overstretching, no pushing, just 7 minutes of gentle movement, designed to wake up the body from the inside out. And you know what? Within 2 weeks, he didn't need his walker in the mornings anymore. In 1 month, he was walking to the market on his own 2 feet. Not because he became young again, but because he finally moved in a way that matched his real age, not the memory of his youth. After 60, you don't need to train harder. You just need to train smarter. Research from Mayo Clinic shows stretching or exercising incorrectly in the morning can increase inflammation by 31%, but a gentle, physiologically correct movement sequence, just 7 minutes long, can improve flexibility and reduce pain by up to 44% in 2 weeks. Why? Because after lying still all night, your joint fluids thicken, blood flow slows down, muscles and tendons tighten. You can't just jump up and twist like you did at 30. You have to warm up your body layer by layer, like gently warming up a fine machine. So, what's in this 7-minute routine? Think of it as saying good morning to every part of your body. 1. Shoulder rolls while sitting. 30 seconds. Sit on a chair. Relax your arms and roll your shoulders in small circles, gradually making them bigger. Helps increase blood flow in the neck, shoulders, and upper back. 2. Knee lifts while sitting. 1 minute. Still seated. Gently raise one knee at a time. Up and down. Activates the hips, improves circulation, and helps blood return to the heart. 3. Chest stretch at the doorway or wall. 30 seconds. Place your arms at shoulder height against a doorway. Lean forward gently, opens the chest, improves posture, and helps with breathing. 4. Assisted sit to stand 1 minute. With hands on a sturdy chair or table, perform light squats. Activates thighs, glutes, and lower back safely. 5. Ankle circles while sitting. 1 minute, 30 seconds each side. Stretch out one leg and gently rotate your ankle clockwise, then counterclockwise. Boosts circulation in your legs. Helps prevent cramps and numbness. You don't need workout clothes. You don't need special shoes. All you need is a sturdy chair and a heart ready to take care of itself. The more regularly you do this, the more your body remembers how to move gracefully, smoothly, and freely just like it used to. I had another patient, Anna, 72 years old. She struggled just to get into a car. Even reaching over to buckle her seatbelt was painful. After a few weeks of this 7-minute routine, she looked at me one day and said, "Doctor, I don't need anyone to open the car door for me anymore." That wasn't just about movement. That was about dignity, independence, and the confidence that she's still truly living. I want you to remember this. Weakness doesn't begin in your knees or your back. It begins when you stop moving the right way. Give your body just 7 minutes each morning, and you might just reclaim not only your flexibility, but your sense of control over your own life. Tomorrow morning, before you grab your phone or turn on the TV, give those 7 minutes to yourself. Your body has walked with you for decades. Now it's time to thank it with care and kindness. And if this video helped you, please share it with your loved ones, especially those who are starting to struggle with movement. Sometimes, health doesn't begin with a hospital visit, but with one quiet morning and a promise to start moving again. Morning habit 4. Write one healing sentence by hand. A daily dose of peace for your mind. Some mornings, your body doesn't feel stiff anymore, but your heart feels heavy. You wake up. The sky is clear. Your limbs still work, but something inside you feels off. Just a subtle weight in your chest, enough to make you sit quietly for minutes, not knowing how to begin the day. That feeling is common after 50s. Some call it sadness. Others say it's emptiness. But after 25 years working with older patients, I call it a signal from your soul asking to be heard. In today's world, we wake up in a rush. First thing we do, grab the phone. Before brushing our teeth, we're already scrolling through news. Before our heart has found peace, it's already bombarded with noise. And so, we start our day already overwhelmed. But what if before all of that, you did just one small thing? Write a sentence, just one by hand for yourself. It could be something you're grateful for, someone you thought of this morning, a line that brings you peace, a feeling that's showing up right now, or simply, today, I'm still here. And yes, write by hand, not on your phone. Because when you hold a pen, your brain works differently. Your emotions travel more truthfully through your fingertips. I once told Clara, 74 years old, to try writing one sentence every morning before she even got out of bed. At first, she protested. "Doctor, I'm not a sentimental person, and my handwriting is terrible." I smiled and told her, "This isn't about writing to be pretty. It's writing to be well." 2 weeks later, she came back with a little notebook, full of shaky lines, but overflowing with life. One day she wrote, "Sun's out today. I miss him." Another day, "I'm still breathing." And she said to me, "It's strange, doctor, but after I write, my heart feels lighter like a cloud." You see, after a night of sleep, it's not just your body that needs to wake up gently. Your soul does too. Writing one line each morning is like opening the door to a new day with presence. You're not letting the world barge in. You're not reacting to someone else's energy. You're simply being with yourself in this one small, honest moment. You don't have to call it a journal. No pressure. Just a small notebook and a pen by your bed. Each morning, before anything else, sit up, take a breath, and write just one sentence. It could be something you're hoping for, something you're scared of, or maybe just, "I'm trying." I've seen many people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who felt lost or disconnected, become more grounded, more alive. Simply by keeping this tiny habit, they started to understand themselves better, worry less, forgive more easily, accept their wrinkles, their losses, with more compassion. Because when you write, you're not judging. You're not arguing. You're listening. And when someone learns to listen to themselves, they start to live with more depth and peace. You can see it in their eyes, hear it in their voice, feel it in the softness of how they move. One time, I asked an elderly man, "What have you learned from writing every morning?" He didn't hesitate. "I learned how to talk to myself instead of letting loneliness speak first." I truly believe that mental wellness, especially after 50, doesn't always come from pills or expensive therapy sessions. Sometimes, it begins with the simplest things: a cup of tea, a morning window, and one handwritten sentence just for you. If you've never written to yourself before, try it tomorrow morning. Just one line, and notice how your mood shifts after a week. No one needs to read it. It doesn't have to be poetic. It just has to be honest. Because a single sentence may not change the world, but it might change the way you face the world. And if you've ever felt like this world has forgotten you, then that notebook and the pen in your hand will remind you you're still here. You still feel, and you still get to live fully, deeply, one day at a time. Write for yourself, and you'll discover you're slowly healing yourself too. If this message touched something in you, please share this video with a friend, someone who might also need a healing sentence each morning. Morning habit 5. Eat a high-protein breakfast within 30 minutes after moving. Protect your muscles. Stay strong as you age. I'm going to say something that might sound hard to believe, but it's absolutely true. You can eat healthy, live clean, and still lose muscle, grow weaker, and slowly become dependent on others just because you're eating breakfast the wrong way. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Barbara, 91 years old. She's always been very health conscious, never smoked, slept on time, walked every day, and ate pretty well. But she kept feeling tired. Her stamina dropped. And eventually she couldn't lift herself off the sofa after sitting too long. When I met her for the first time, she said, "Doctor, I think I'm just getting old, but it feels like it happened overnight. Like my legs just stopped working." After reviewing her diet, I noticed something familiar. Her breakfast had zero protein, just a slice of toast, some jam, fruit, and a cup of black coffee. Sounds light and balanced. Right. Pretty common among older adults, but after 60, that's a big mistake. Did you know that after 60, your body enters a state called anabolic resistance? That means even if you eat enough protein throughout the day, your body doesn't absorb or use it the way it used to. Here's the critical part. Muscles aren't built at night. They're rebuilt mostly in the morning. So if you skip the golden window, the 30 minutes right after light morning movement, you're missing the one time of day your body can still use protein to maintain your strength. Have you noticed this? Many older adults eat a big dinner, but their breakfast, almost nothing. And over time, they become weaker. They lose balance. Back pain starts. Hands shake. Stairs get harder. Standing up becomes a challenge. That's not just natural aging. That's muscle loss, silent and slow, caused by missing protein at the right time. Research from the Tufts University Nutrition and Aging Lab found older adults need about 25-30 Gs of high-quality protein in one sitting, especially within 30 minutes after morning movement, to overcome anabolic resistance and preserve muscle. If not, even if you eat 70-80 grams of protein across your whole day, split into 3 meals, your body may still fail to rebuild muscle properly. At this age, timing matters more than quantity. So what counts as good protein? Look for options that are easy to digest, rich in essential amino acids, naturally bioavailable. Examples: eggs, Greek yogurt, cheese, salmon, lean white meat. High-quality protein shakes bonus if they include collagen for joint and skin support. A good breakfast might look like 2 boiled eggs plus a slice of cheese, a cup of Greek yogurt with walnuts and cinnamon, a smoothie with almond milk, protein powder, berries, and 1 TBSP collagen. Sounds simple, right? But the difference is powerful. After just 3 weeks of changing her breakfast, Barbara returned to my office. She walked in, no one helping her. She braced herself on the chair and stood up by herself. She smiled and said, "Doctor, it feels like my legs came back to me." And I truly believe if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you can feel that too, as long as you give your body the right fuel at the right time. Now, I know some of you might say, "But I'm not used to eating much in the morning, or I just don't have an appetite." That's only because your body hasn't learned yet what a proper breakfast feels like. Start slow. Add 1 egg or a cup of yogurt. Stay consistent for a week. Your body will adjust, and soon you'll wake up hungry, which is a good thing. It means your metabolism is waking up too. Also, please avoid white bread, sugary coffee, sweet cereals, condensed milk. These spike your blood sugar, crash your energy, and increase inflammation. But a protein-rich breakfast, eaten after gentle morning movement, will help you balance your blood sugar, build muscle strength, improve memory, maintain your shape, and most importantly, stay independent. I once told a patient, "You don't need to eat like an athlete, but you do need to eat like someone who wants to stay self-reliant for the rest of their life." Because at this stage, muscle isn't about looks, it's about dignity. The ability to stand up, use the bathroom alone, open a door, or cook yourself a simple meal. So tomorrow morning, do your 7-minute gentle routine. Then reward your body with a proper breakfast. Not because you're hungry, but because you're grateful for all your body has done for you. And if this resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about, especially those silently losing strength because their breakfast is just too light. Morning habit 6. A 4-minute brain exercise. Stay sharp. Fight mental fog. Have you ever walked into the kitchen only to forget why you went in there? Or found yourself telling the same story again, not realizing you already told it? And then you think to yourself, maybe I'm just getting old. My brain isn't what it used to be, if that sounds familiar. Let me assure you, this is not the end. It's simply a signal that your brain needs a little extra attention, just like your muscles. Your brain needs regular training to stay strong, especially as we age. And the best time to do that is in the morning. Why? Because right after you wake up, your brain is in a special state. It's flexible, adaptive, and ready to form new connections. Science calls this high neuroplasticity, your brain's best moment to grow and reorganize itself. But sadly, most of us waste that golden window. We wake up, check the phone, read messages, scroll the news, and suddenly, our brain is reacting instead of intentionally waking up. Let me tell you about Margaret, 86 years old. After a hip surgery, she was confined to bed for several weeks. Her family feared her memory would decline, which is common in older patients after surgery. But Margaret had a special habit. Every morning, even while lying in bed, she gave her brain 4 minutes of focus, solving a simple math problem, writing down a memory, learning a few words in Spanish, and imagining what she wanted to do that day. The result? Her memory didn't fade, it improved. She returned to my clinic able to recall conversations, dreams, and events with clarity. She smiled and said, "Doctor, my body may have been resting, but my mind kept showing up every morning." Margaret's story isn't unusual. I've seen many older adults keep their minds sharp just by dedicating 4 minutes each morning to their brain. So how can you do it? It's simple and powerful. Right after light movement and water, spend 4 minutes on these 4 small activities. 1. Solve a simple math problem. This could be something like 37 times 2, or calculating how much money you spent yesterday. This engages your logical thinking and activates your brain's problem-solving centers. 2. Recall a vivid memory. Think back to a meaningful moment. Your 30th birthday, a favorite trip, or the first time you met someone important. Try to remember the details, colors, sounds, feelings. This activates the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. 3. Learn 4 new words. They can be from your native language or any language you enjoy. Learning new vocabulary stimulates new neural pathways and keeps your language centers active. 4. Visualize your day. Take a moment to mentally walk through your schedule. Picture what you'll do, who you'll see, what you'll eat, how you'll feel. This activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and decision-making. 4 minutes total, but the benefits can last all day and compound for a lifetime. Harvard research has shown that these types of early morning cognitive exercises can boost mental flexibility by up to 37%. And long-term, they help build cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to adapt and recover from stress or injury, which lowers the risk of memory decline and dementia. But beyond the science, the real reason I'm sharing this with you is the value of life it protects. I once asked a patient, "What scares you most about aging?" She looked at me for a long moment and said, "It's not death. It's being alive and no longer myself." We all age, but that doesn't mean we have to grow forgetful. or lose the parts of us that make us who we are. Give your brain 4 minutes every morning. Remind it, I'm still here. I'm still learning. I'm still living fully. Today, so tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, coffee, or news, take those 4 minutes for yourself. Keep a small notebook by your bed. Write down a math problem. Add a few new words. Note a memory cue. Start your day intentionally, not reactively. And if you have aging parents, or if you yourself have started forgetting little things, please share this habit. This isn't about academic training. It's about protecting your freedom of thought inside a body that may be aging, but still holds the power to stay curious, present, and alive. Morning habit 7. Avoid social media or negative news in the first 30 minutes of your day. Protect your inner peace. There's one habit most of us do every morning, but very few of us realize it's quietly stealing our peace of mind. You wake up, reach for your phone. Your finger swipes the screen, and within seconds, you're reading about a tragic accident, a political argument, or a nasty comment on someone's post. The morning air hasn't even had a chance to feel fresh, and your mind is already cluttered. I often ask my patients, what's the first thing you usually do when you wake up? Most say, I check my phone. I don't blame them. That's a very common reflex nowadays. But then I usually add, so, you're handing over your emotional state to a device. That sentence often leads to silence. Because when you begin your day with random information you didn't choose, your mood is no longer in your hands. You've let something else decide how you feel. There's something really important that most people overlook. After a full night of sleep, your brain wakes up in an extremely sensitive state. This is the window when your emotional processing, memory, and planning centers are wide open, ready to receive the first command of the day. And if that command comes in the form of anger, fear, frustration, or negativity, then that's how you've programmed your brain for the rest of the day. There was a man I treated. His name was Hank, 62 years old. He came in complaining of frequent insomnia, irritability, and this vague sense of disappointment, though he didn't know why. After several rounds of sleep meds and adjustments with little success, I asked about his morning routine. He said, I wake up around 6 a.m. Lie in bed for a bit, then grab my phone, scroll through Facebook, check the news, and headlines. I gave him just one suggestion. For the first 30 minutes after waking up, don't touch your phone. No social media, no news. Just breathe, move around, listen to soft music, or step outside into the sunlight. 2 weeks later, Hank came back and said something I still remember. I don't know if the world has changed, but my head definitely has. I feel less stressed, less anxious. It's like I finally took back control of how I feel. That story isn't rare. You don't need to ditch your devices entirely. You don't have to disconnect from the world of technology. You just need to protect the first 30 minutes of your day so social media doesn't get to decide whether you feel calm or overwhelmed, happy or heavy. Instead of grabbing your phone, step outside onto your balcony. Just stand still for a minute and listen to the wind. Drink a glass of warm water. Place your hand on your chest and feel your heartbeat. Say a word of gratitude or just sit quietly without doing anything. That moment of stillness in the first 30 minutes of your day is like a mental immune system. It shields you from the chaos that might come later. I always tell my patients, if the morning is the start of your journey, then the first 30 minutes are like stepping out of your house. You can walk slowly and mindfully, or you can rush into traffic and be swept away by the noise. Which way do you want to start your day? Try this tomorrow morning. Put your phone out of reach. Instead, keep a small notebook by your bed and write down how you feel. Or open a window and just look outside. Or do absolutely nothing, just breathe and be present. Give your body and mind a chance to meet each other before the outside world pulls you apart. You might be surprised at how much clearer, calmer, and lighter you feel. That unexplainable fog of discomfort might just lift, and you'll realize peace isn't some grand achievement, it's just a small, quiet space you protect for yourself, right when the day begins. If you know someone who's always on edge or easily irritated for no reason, share this with them. They might just be missing a quiet morning, and that's something no piece of technology can ever replace. Habit 8. Walk or do light chores for 10 minutes each morning. Start your day the most natural way. Have you ever noticed this? Some mornings, you just feel lighter mentally, clearer even if nothing's changed. And when you look back, those mornings often started with something small. A short walk around the house, wiping the table, watering the plants, sweeping the porch. They seem like simple tasks, right? But in truth, they're not just chores, they're signals of life. They're signs your body is slowly warming up. Not just physically, but at a much deeper, biological levels. After a long night of sleep, your blood circulation slows, your joints feel stiff, and your nerves haven't fully kicked in. Think of your body like a car that's been parked overnight. If you try to accelerate right away, it might stall, but if you gently warm it up, you'll feel the difference, sometimes within just 3 minutes. I had a patient named Linda, 69 years old. She had chronic lower back pain and needed help just getting out of bed every morning. One day, instead of adjusting her meds, I asked her, "Would you try wiping your kitchen counter every morning? Just for 5 minutes." She chuckled. "That's something I used to do all the time, but lately, I haven't had the strength." I said, "That's exactly why it matters now. Not to keep the kitchen clean, but to remind your body that it's still alive, still moving, still in control." She agreed to try. 2 weeks later, she told me, "I still have back pain, but now I can get out of bed by myself. And more importantly, I feel like I'm helping myself again." I'd forgotten what that felt like. You don't need to jog in the park. You don't need fancy shoes. Just walk out to your balcony. Move slowly around your room. Water a few plants. Fold your laundry. Make your bed. These gentle movements are a form of quiet meditation, especially powerful for older adults. And it's not just good for your joints or blood flow. It's good for your spirit. Because when you do small tasks, your brain receives a message: I'm in charge. That sense of agency boosts dopamine, calms your nerves, lifts your mood. It keeps you from falling into that mental state of passivity or uselessness that often creeps in with age or isolation. An elderly man once said to me, "What I fear most is sitting still, feeling like no one needs me anymore." I answered, "You don't need someone else to need you. You need you. And the small things you do each morning, that's how you remind yourself you're still living with purpose." 10 minutes isn't long, but it can reset your entire biological rhythm. When you move gently around your home, your blood vessels open. Your heartbeat finds a steady rhythm. Your lungs expand. Oxygen flows to your brain. Your body releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that relieve pain and boost mood. That's why so many people say, "I feel clearer after moving a little in the morning." It's real. That clarity doesn't come from light bulbs or coffee. It comes from within you. So here's something I invite you to try. Tomorrow morning, instead of staying still after waking up, start moving just a bit. No big goals, no pressure, just motion. Walk 20 steps around the room, wipe a window, or simply stand and stretch toward the sky a few times. But let your body know, I'm ready to begin. No one becomes old overnight. But you can quietly become younger every morning if you move the right way. And if you've been feeling sluggish or slow to get going in the mornings, don't be quick to blame your age. It might just be that your body hasn't gotten the gentle start it's been needing. Try this for 7 days, then observe what shifts your stamina, your mood, your sleep, even your motivation for small tasks. Chances are, you'll gain more than what you give. And if you found this message helpful, please share it with someone, especially with those who live alone or are at a stage in life where everything seems to slow down. We can't stop time, but we can take charge of how each day begins. And in those first few steps each morning, remind our bodies and ourselves that we're still alive, fully alive. Habit 9. Take 2 minutes for meditation or positive affirmations. Clear your inner space before the day begins. There's something I've consistently noticed among my older patients who stay healthy and vibrant. It's not just about what they eat or how much they exercise. It's about how they talk to themselves each day. Some people wake up, look around the same familiar room, and sigh, another day. But others, in that very same room, at the same age, smile gently, place a hand over their heart, and whisper, "I'm still here. Thank you for this new day." Same situation, but a completely different way of seeing life and eventually, very different outcomes. After the age of 50, your inner world becomes just as important as your outer one. No one expects you to hustle anymore, to break records, or chase goals the way you once did, but you still need peace of mind, strength in your spirit, and a gentle rhythm to move through each day. And one of the simplest ways to find that is to give yourself just 2 minutes each morning to meditate lightly, or to speak a kind affirmation to yourself. Now, meditation doesn't have to mean sitting motionless for hours. You don't need incense, wind chimes, or some mystical mantra. Meditation is simply a pause amid all the noise. It's a quiet moment when you do nothing. You just sit, breathe, and acknowledge yourself. When I guide my patients, I keep it simple. Sit comfortably. Rest your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly as you count to 4. Exhale as you count to 6. Repeat for a few cycles, no pressure, no forcing. That's it. 2 minutes. But if you keep doing it, day after day, you'll notice the anxiety softens, your heart beats a little calmer, your thoughts slow down. And if you're someone who doesn't like sitting still, that's okay too. You can start with a positive affirmation instead. Just one sentence you tell yourself each morning to remind yourself that no matter what your body has been through, no matter how life has hurt you in the past, you're still here today. And you still have the power to choose how you see the world. I remember a patient, Teresa, 73 years old. She fell into chronic anxiety after her husband passed. Each morning, she woke up with this nameless fear. I didn't give her medication. I simply asked her, "Before you get out of bed each day, place your hand on your heart and say this: I allow myself to feel peace." She did it every morning for a month. When she returned for a checkup, she told me, "I'm not done grieving, doctor, but now I don't feel like I'm drowning in it. It's like I'm sitting with it and watching." That's the gift of meditation and affirmation. They don't erase your pain, but they give you a steady place to stand in the middle of life's messiness if you've never tried it. Tomorrow morning, give yourself those 2 minutes. You can sit in stillness or choose a personal affirmation like, "I let go of what I can't control. I am learning to slow down. I am enough, even when life isn't perfect." Or simply, "I am alive and I'm grateful for that." You don't have to believe it right away, but let your mind hear it again and again, because words, when spoken with kindness and repeated with care, carry the power to heal, Science has already shown that short daily meditation lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, stabilizes blood pressure, improves memory and sleep, especially for people over 60. You don't need to do much, just be consistent and be sincere. Because in the end, mental wellness in later life doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from small moments you choose to sit with yourself, quietly, gently, without rushing or judgment. If this message speaks to you, share it with someone you love. Someone who may be moving too fast to hear the sound of their own inner voice. Habit 10. Avoid high-carb. Sugary breakfasts. Fuel your body for steady energy and a clear mind after 60. I once asked a 76-year-old woman, "What do you usually have for breakfast?" She smiled proudly and said, "Oh, I'm very consistent. 1 slice of white bread, a glass of sweetened condensed milk, a ripe banana, and sometimes a little pastry." I stayed quiet for a moment, because I understood she truly believed she was doing the right thing. She was eating the way many older adults do. Something light, easy to swallow, and just sweet enough to get some energy. But that kind of breakfast, it's the very reason so many people after 60 start feeling tired by 9 a.m., foggy in the head, sluggish in the limbs, off balance, and often irritable for no clear reason. By noon, their blood pressure's all over the place. By afternoon, they feel sleepy, drained, and mentally dull. Most people chalk it up to just getting old, but here's something I want you to know. You're not getting weaker. Your breakfast is just working against you. When you start the day with refined carbs and sugar, it's like giving your body a biological shock. That slice of white bread, that sugary milk, that sweet cereal or bun, they spike your blood sugars. And right after that, your pancreas scrambles to release insulin to bring the sugar down. So your energy shoots up, then crashes. That crash is why you feel dizzy, shaky, even angry or anxious without knowing why. And it doesn't stop there. Too much sugar in the morning also triggers silent inflammation in the body, especially in the brain, joints, and digestive system. This chronic, hidden inflammation is now linked to early cognitive decline, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, even depression in older adults. Here's the truth. The older you get, the more your body needs stable, sustainable energy, not roller coaster highs and lows. You need something gentle, but grounding. And it all starts with a smarter breakfast. Now, I'm not telling you to go on a strict diet or give up every joyful bite. What I'm saying is, try a new way. Instead of beginning your day with sugar, begin with nourishment. Try 1 boiled egg instead of a pastry, a bowl of unsweetened oatmeal instead of instant noodles, a glass of plain milk or unsweetened soy milk instead of condensed milk. Add in some steamed veggies, a few slices of avocado, a handful of walnuts or almonds. Simple, balanced, long-lasting. Because after 60, you don't need a fast fills. You need a smart start. One of my patients, Mr. Bill, 81 years old, used to have a morning ritual. Sweetened condensed milk with white bread. He thought it gave him strength. But over time, he started forgetting things. He'd get confused halfway through the day. We didn't do anything drastic. We just changed his breakfast. 1 egg, some avocado, no more sugary milk. 3 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, I didn't just remember my grandson's name. I remembered a song my wife used to sing years ago." That's when I realized the right breakfast doesn't just feed the body. It brings memory back to life. It protects dignity. It keeps the mind clear. So tomorrow morning, what will you choose? A sweet cup that sends your body crashing by 10 a.m., or a simple, nourishing meal that helps you stand tall like an old, wise tree. I believe you deserve the second one. Because when you start loving yourself from the very first meal of the day, your body starts to believe, I'm being cared for. I still matter. I'm still strong, not by age, but by how I live. And if you feel this message could help someone you love, especially someone who still believes in a quick breakfast just to get by, please share it with them. They might never have stopped to ask, is what I'm eating really nourishing me, or slowly draining my strength? And if you've made it all the way here, thank you. You've just walked through a journey not of theory, but of returning to yourself, starting with the smallest thing. Your morning. I'll be back with more health habits. But before I go, I want to leave you with one question. Tomorrow morning, what will you choose to begin with? Your old routine or a slower, wiser step toward being healthier, sharper, and more alive than your age says you should be? The choice is yours. And I believe you already know what you're worth. Aging doesn't begin with wrinkles or gray hair. It begins on those mornings when you stop taking care of yourself, when you no longer take the first step to nurture your own well-being. The 10 habits I've shared with you today, they're not magic formulas. They're small, simple actions done consistently that help you maintain your health, clarity, and dignity. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or even 90s, remember this. How you start your morning will shape the way you live the rest of your life. So starting tomorrow, what will you choose? To keep walking the same old path? Or to begin a new journey, one that leads to a healthier, sharper, more vibrant version of yourself? Beginning from the very moment you open your eyes. If this message feels meaningful to you, please share this video with someone you care about. Your parents, a friend, or anyone entering a season of life where self-care is more important than ever. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel today, so you won't miss the next videos I create brought to you by someone who deeply believes. Growing older isn't a decline, it's an art of living, when you know how to start it right. I'll see you in the next video.